what's up, my chatterboxes? This is my review for Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 12, Episode 13. So let's just get right into it. It starts off with Portia, Grandma Diana, and little PJ. PJ, I think it was her 6-month little birthday, so her dad had brought her a little cake. That was a cute little scene. Nothing much there. Then it goes to Candy. She's talking to Riley because Riley's back from New York for her summer internship. So she asked her that her and Kayla meet up at all because they both were in the city at the same time. And Riley told her no. So Candy was like, "Hey, that's messed up." But that's all they had with that too. The real tea was when Miss Cynthia, Kenya, Tanya, and Eva met up at the brunch. So it starts off with, Cynthia and Eva. So Cynthia said that she brought Eva, the sunflower lady, just for some little piece. So Tanya comes to the table. And they were talking about it before Kenya popped up. So Cynthia did tell Tanya that Kenya was going to come. So Tanya was like, well, good. I want to talk to her, anyway, because, the girls are saying that she feel a way about Wiggate. So, Tanya does not, she's one of those bubbly type of personality. She's not equipped for the shade that Kenya throws. But if it had been one of the other girls, they would have been able to hit Kenya in the gut with some of the stuff that back with some of the stuff that she was saying. Tanya wasn't able to do that, and that's because that's not her makeup. That's not how she is. So I don't even understand why Kenya is picking with her. You know what I mean? So anyway, Kenya comes in. She say hello to everybody except Tanya. Tanya did speak. She looking like a, fish out of water. Tanya's looking because, this one being so rude. So one of the girls said, oh, I like the dress. It's pretty. So Kenya gonna say, yeah, I like the dress up when I'm about to read a bitch. It's if she's gonna sit up there and just tear Tanya apart. So Tanya's sitting there looking like, well, I guess, I wanted to talk to you. She was like, and you made that statement saying that you like to dress up when you trying to read a bitch. Well, is that directed to me? So they go, because Tanya said, I wanted to speak to you because I hear from the girls that you were offended. So Kenya goes on to say that Tanya was being deliberate in what she was doing, that could have deliberately affected her brand. She's have $1 million hair company, natural hair company brand, and people not gonna listen to the fact that she wears her hair 99% of the time, but just one time that she decided to wear a protective style, people will gravitate to that and make it look like she not really rocking her own hair. So she was like, Tanya, was out of pocket for that. So you mean to tell me, she's like, because this is the way I feed my daughter. I don't know about you. You might get money from your fiance or whatever she said. She was like, she said, I get my money from my own 2 hands. This is the way I feed myself and my child. So I'm looking at it like this. It's okay for you to try to tear my relationship apart by being messy, going around telling people or bringing information to the group about my man. But it's not okay for me to tell people that you got a wig that you actually had. Like, Kenya, make it make fucking sense. Make it make sense, okay? And Tanya, I don't understand why you didn't keen in on certain stuff with her, because she wouldn't have been talking to me like that. I wouldn't give a fuck how much your company is worth. If you coming for me and my the sanctity of my marriage, and then you may mention that Tanya gets money from her fiance. So if that's Tanya's bread and butter, which is her fiance, and you trying to come for that, then what's the harm in her coming for you and your fucking hair care line? Even though that's not what she was trying to do, but come on. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. And Tanya, you tried to shut Tanya down because Tanya said to you, well, what about when you came to Marlo's thing with these, Bill? Oh, we're not talking about the Marlo. We're not talking about Marlo. No, she wouldn't have shut me down on that because we would have talked about that Marlo situation. You could dish shit out, but you don't want nothing happen, coming back to you. So, then she goes on to say, and she was throwing shade when she was trying to say, she was being a friend to her. She was like, and when with your with your 1-8. Now, see, Kenya, you lost me because in one scene you were saying how fertility is near and dear to your heart. You had a woman with her. It was not out of malice or anything like that. And then you tried to throw shade when you gonna say her and her 1-8. You understand what I'm saying? That's that low down, underhanded fucking jab that you fucking did. And that shit ain't cool. It ain't cool at all. Or whatever. At all. But karma is a bitch. And you will have your day. So, if Tanya can't handle you, she can just let the universe deal with you. Because trust and believe, the universe will deal with you. Then on top of that, Kenya tried to throw Cynthia under the bus because she said, well, what Cynthia didn't tell you is she said that the cookie lady brought the tea to Cynthia, and Cynthia like, no, she brought it to both of us. So they showed the clip where she was actually with Kenya and Cynthia at the same time, telling them what Tanya boyfriend supposedly had done. So then Kenya gonna say, cause Cynthia invited her out again with the girls, and under the pretense that she was gonna tell the girls what she had already told us. So Cynthia like, hold on now, hold on. That is not how that went down. Like you know what I mean? And Cynthia, see, Kenya feel like Cynthia trying to throw her under the bus. So that's how she threw, Kenya feels though Cynthia tried to throw her under the bus, making it seem like it's all Kenya. But, so in return, she tried to throw Cynthia back under that daggone bus because Tanya said, yeah, she did, because Cynthia was like, you trying to throw me under the bus, and Tanya was like, she already did or whatever. But Kenya, that's not what friends do. You understand what I'm saying? You really gonna have to bite the bullet on this one because you the one who chose to bring it out into the group. If you didn't want to expose in the group, you should have shut the fuck up. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you didn't want to take the bulk of the heat, you should have just shut the fuck up. And for real, the way that your marriage is, you shouldn't be talking about nobody relationships at the moment. You shouldn't be talking about anyone. So, lo and behold, looks who walked in. Insert the cookie lady. Okay. I ain't like her from the jump because she came off wrong or whatever. She came with her little box of cookies or whatever like that. So, she sat down. So, she was, they introduced her. So, she basically dived right into the situation. So she basically said that she was at I think it was Catch or something, one of those restaurants, and it was her sister, and it was two guys, and she said that she said the guy was looking. She went to the bathroom. And he followed. She said they had like a little conversation. So Tanya was like, well, aren't the bathrooms close together? And she was like, yeah. So I guess Tanya might have mentioned like, okay, well, of course he would be going that direction if he had to go to the restroom too. So the candy lady was like, well, no, we had a conversation, but within the conversation, it fizzled out. So in the conversation, the little conversation that they had, he told her that he was single. And he also said that he was in real estate. So Tanya was like, is that all? Whatever. And Candy Lady gonna talk about, calm down, boo boo. I ain't here to try to hurt your feelings. So Tanya was like, I am calm. Like, she was like, but if that's all that there is, that's nothing to that. You know what I'm saying? She was like, so then they had showed Tanya in a confessional. She was like, that's just like if somebody went to a Jay-Z concert, Jay-Z smiled at them. Now you saying you pregnant, like, come the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? So the Candy Lady, she was real adamant about it. She was like, she was like, it could have went further than what it went if the conversation didn't fizzle out. So was it inappropriate for Tanya Man to be talking to her? Yes, because he was lying. I guess he was talking to her under pretense that something could have jumped off for him to have said he was single and then lied about his profession, totally. But was that something for the Candy Lady to go run back and tell Kenya and Cynthia? No. You trying to stir the pot. I don't know if you trying to get you some camera time on, this season, or make your claim so you could be on seasons to come. But I just didn't see the need for you to be here. You know what I mean? So even sitting up there was like, I'm sorry. She was like, I know Tanya probably gonna be mad. She was like, but the cookies is good. The cookies are good. She tearing the cookies up. She pregnant in the season, so I'll give you a pass on that even. But it was, to me, they was being insensitive because now Kenya and Cynthia, they all looking, oh, what kind of cookie is that? What kind of cookie is this? Oh, this and the other. So Kenya doing that shit to be the fuck smart any goddamn way. And I don't think Cynthia was, but you still gotta be mindful of who, your audience. You know what I'm saying? You have to be mindful of your audience. So anyway, they leaves out, and Cynthia, she left Tanya. She left Kenya and the cookie lady talking outside. Eva and Tanya still inside the brunch place. So you hear Kenya saying to the cookie lady, oh, I ain't gonna have you around my man. So the cookie like, girl, please. Like, y'all piped this cookie lady up like she was some bomb.com type chick. And she was cute because she even made reference. You just made because I'm cute. I'm gorgeous. Bitch, you ain't that goddamn gorgeous to be sitting up there saying it. You all right or whatever like that. But it ain't like you that much better looking than Tanya. So the way they hyped her up, when I seen her, she fell flat. For the way they hyped her up, when I seen her, I'm like, okay, I don't see what the hype is. Okay, she cute, but she wasn't like drop dead gorgeous. You know what I mean? So I'm over that situation. So moving on, we have Portia and Dennis. They're going to meet up with the therapist, because they have, I guess, weekly therapy sessions, to get over like the infidelity. So in that meeting, we find out that Portia, even though they're back together, she's still having like plenty of trust issues, and she really doesn't want to be intimate with Dennis. But she says she feels as though if she tell him that she don't want to partake in intimacy, that he may use that as an excuse to go out there and cheat again. She was like, and we as women, we tend to try to hold on to our man, but in the process she's hurting. You know what I mean? And because he made a statement saying that Portia likes to grind. So I was thinking he's talking about, oh, she worked too much. But I think he was making mention to the fact that she brings up the situation, a lot. So like the therapist said, like, you may have to hear about the same situation over and over until she's comfortable, with that situation. You know what I mean? See, he don't really want to deal with the hard work. Even though he's there, you could tell he's very uncomfortable. You could tell that he's not really into the session because he don't like to hear about his transgressions. You know what I mean? I have never been into a therapy session, but what I get from him, he ain't feeling it. And I don't know if he all tapped in. You see what I'm saying? So, I guess, as the season progresses, we'll see. So, Portia basically said, sometimes when they get into a room and, it's time for them to be intimate, it makes her feel weird. You know what I mean? Because she says she don't think that he understands how much she was in love with him, and the fact that he even put his body next to somebody, bothers her. And I don't think, see, that's the problem with men. Like, when a woman love, they love with everything that's in them. And when you break the sanctity of that, it is so hard to get that woman back. It's so hard to get that woman back. You know what I'm saying? Like, she might be with you, but it's going to take so long for her to be 100% there with you. Physically, I mean, maybe you have her physical body, but emotionally, it's going to take a lot of work. And I don't know if Dennis ready for the work, because he even said, oh, well, Portia, she keeps saying it's all about me. She got some stuff she need to work on too. Now, my thing is, if she's just a nag and she just and the other, on about other things, y'all can address that. But I know you ain't sitting up there talking about she got something to work on for the fact that she keep bringing up what the fuck you did. She have a right to bring up what you did, because you the one hurt her, not the other way around. Now, if she was up there cheating on you, then you can have something to say. But right now, just shut the fuck up. Just shut up. So it seemed like Dennis and Portia both, are committed to try to work on a relationship for right now. Because like I did say, it seemed like he's getting a little bit frustrated with it all. But that could just be, him being uncomfortable with talking to people, about, intimate things like that. So I don't know if it's him just completely over, or it's just him, not being as comfortable. So we'll see. I mean, the first step was actually going to counseling, and I will give him credit for that. He's there. So I'll see how, the storyline turn out with them. So moving on, we see Cynthia. She's in LA now with Mike. So it's his youngest daughter is there. So Cynthia, says how, she's, have a good relationship with the children, for right now. She was like, she's, trying to bond with them. So Mike and Cynthia start getting a little bit, touchy-feely and, talking, some stuff that they probably should have been talking in front of the, front of the daughter, making her a little uncomfortable. So she was like, oh, I'm getting out of here. So she ended up leaving, going over her friend's house or whatever like that. But you know what? I will say, Mike and Cynthia, they look really nice together. I like them together. I hope, Mike do right by her, because I really do like him for her. So moving on, we see Mark Daly and Kenya. They at some kind of venue because Mark wants to do a charity event, because he has a foundation that he helps run, and for young men. I forgot the name of it. So they want to do like a luncheon or event. I'm not exactly sure what kind of event it is. So anyway, they're at the venue. They end up calling Mike, because Mike, he agreed to like MC the event or whatever, because he's some kind of like broadcaster. He even have a show on Fox Soul called Donnie and Mike, or Mike and Donnie, something like that. So that's his world. So they call him, and they just all over the place talking. And Kenya gonna call him Magic Mike. He was like, no, this is Mike. I don't know about all the magic part, but this is Mike. So Mark, was thanking him for, being willing to, MC, the event for him or whatever like that. So they talking over each other. So at the end of their call, Mike was like, I don't know what what that was about. So Kenya and Mark is there, and they talking to the the person who I guess rent out the venue space, and she was trying to get a word in. When I'm telling you, Mark was just rambling on. He wouldn't let her even talk, and she gonna try to play it off, saying, when Mark get in his zone, and he nobody's can get a word in edgewise, because he's so focused, and he's such a perfectionist. Get the fuck out of here, Kenya. He don't worry about you. You know what I'm saying? He's not worrying about you. And see, this is the shit that Tanya and them Shakeen in on when they trying to read you, because you come off to them and try to, overtalk them and talk down to them and this and the other, because you have no words, you have no voice in your own relationship. So you try to be boisterous when it comes to these women. But if, you ain't come across the right woman in that damn group, because I'm telling you, my words will slice your damn throat when you will be leaking from the throat when I get done with you, because you are a mean girl and you try to pull that crap on these girls, but you like a little girl when it comes to your relationship. I don't understand it, Kenya. Like, it's not cool. It's not cool. You really need to go see a therapist. You really do. It's like you try to take everything out on these women, but you're not dealing with the real issues that you have in your life. Come on, this is coming from a deeper place. I mean, it's frustrating as a viewer to watch, but you could tell something ain't right with her. Something not right with that. The way you let that man treat you, you can't even get 2 words in, but then you gonna sit up there and try to shut Tanya down. Get the fuck out of here. And Tanya, you allowed her to do it? You allow her to do it? That's the shit I don't like about you, because there's no way I would have been allowing her to talk to me like that. But I move on. I digress. That's their situation, and it couldn't be me. It couldn't be me. I'm telling you that right now. It could not be me. So, the producer goes on to say to Kenya, it looks like, do you think y'all have more like a brother and sister relationship, more so than a husband and wife? And Kenya didn't respond to it. She couldn't respond to it, but what she did, she bust out laughing in hysterical laughter. But that wasn't a laughter, oh, I'm happy, I'm laughing. It was a awkward laugh. You know what I'm saying? Uncomfortable laugh. What this person's saying is true. You know what I mean? And it's sad to see. It's a shame. But for some reason, she holding on to that man, and he doesn't mean well by her. I don't understand what the hold is. I don't know if she want this idea of family, but boo-boo. Everybody is complaining. I mean, everybody is talking about the way he treats you. It's not a healthy situation. You need somebody, if you want to be in a relationship, you need somebody that's going to love you. If you can't find nobody to love you, then love yourself and be by yourself until somebody else come and fill that void. You know what I'm saying? Moving on from them, because I get worked up when I'm talking about Kenya, because Kenya, she gets on my goddamn nerves sometimes. Okay, so now we have Candy and Todd. So, they're fixing up Kayla's room, because that's where the baby is going to be. So Kenya asked Todd, did he talk to Kayla? And he was like, yeah. So she asked her, she asked him, did he tell her that they, was going forward with like packing up the room and stuff like that? He was like, well, he didn't really want to, he was like, since they're in a good space, he really didn't want to do anything to like mess it up. He was like, so he didn't bring it up. So they end up getting into how Candy is up for this role, but she don't want to, mention it yet until she actually get it. Because she said a lot of times she'll do like a good audition, and it fall flat, and she gets upset by it, because she said she done did multiple roles, because apparently acting is her first love or whatever. So she said she done did like the vagina monologues, some Broadway pieces, and she had her own stage play, A Mother's Love. So she definitely have a passion for it, and I hope she could get more roles to come, because I think Candy is a real talent. I really, really do. So they go on to talk about how Mama Joyce wants Riley to be her beneficiary of her, her estate. She doesn't even want Candy name on her house, because she don't want Todd to be able to do anything with it if, I guess, something should happen to her or Candy. So she feels as though, by being that Riley is the only one that is not biologically tied, that he will not do right by Riley if something should happen to her or Candy. So she wants Riley to have control over everything, because she said she know Riley will do right by by the other kids too. So Ty feel some type of way, like she really think I wouldn't take care of Riley, like dang, you know what I'm saying? So Mama Joyce is back on her fucking bullshit. She back on her bullshit. I ain't even know Mama Joyce was feeling this way about him. So, like I said, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors, but it seems like Ty and Candy is doing good. It's like she don't want Candy to be with a man. She don't want Candy to be in a happy situation. And that's the take I'm getting from it, because where all the animosity coming from? You know, he has proven from what we see that, you know, he's here for. He's about family. You know, you don't hear nothing crazy come up about Ty. So why Mama Joyce back on her bullshit? I don't get it. I don't understand it. Like, because Mama Joyce, we found out you got a man. So Candy ain't around here talking about your man. So why you worrying about hers? Like, come on. You got to let that shit go. Let that shit go. So now we have Mike and Cynthia. They're at the house. They getting ready to host, you know, some friends. So Cynthia brought up the fact that Mike has a lot of friends, but he has majority of female friends. So she was like, she don't mind him having friends, but she was like, he didn't tell her how pretty all the friends are. So Mike goes on to say that, you know, he would like to have male friends, but if it don't come organically, he not going to force friendships. He was like, you know, his friends are like his sisters. He was like, so he don't want to hang around guys that, you know, aren't right for them. He was like, because, you know, they're like his sisters. He was like, so he don't want them to come across guys like he used to be. So Cynthia seemed to be in that moment a little bit insecure, because she kept on throwing up the fact that my fiance. Like, they know you're his fiance. They know you his fiance. So they was having this conversation while Mike's daughter was there. So it started getting deep, because he started saying that Cynthia came in his life at the right time, because if she would have met him 3 years ago, it probably wouldn't have lasted, because he was on his player shit. You know what I'm saying? Because he wrote a book. He said, and while he was writing the book, he started, you know, realizing some things about himself and actually dealing with some things about himself. He was like, so when she came in his life, it was at the perfect time, because he said he tried to, you know, right his wrongs by, you know, talking to his children's mother, like, you know, his previous relationships, and apologizing for like the things that he has done. So, you know, one of the friends said, yeah, because he never been actually loves anyone. So the daughter got upset by hearing it. So Mike, you know, excused himself, and him and Cynthia went upstairs, and they talked to her, and she was okay, but she was crying, and he was like, that was his fault, because he should never had that conversation in front of her. And that's true. You know, we in there talking, you know, as adults, we get in there talking, and certain conversations aren't meant for children. Even though she's, you know, older, it's still a sensitive matter, because you're basically sitting up there saying that you never really loved her mother, and she's a product of her mother. So where they leave her at? You understand what I'm saying? Even though you love her, but I get why she was upset about that. But like I said, in this scene, Cynthia came off a little bit, you know, insecure, because she kept bringing up the fact that my fiance. I'm like, oh, okay, Cynthia, we get it. That's your fiance. All right. Well, Cynthia did say that, you know, he cheated on, you know, every woman basically that he was with. So what makes her different? So I guess she do have a little bit of insecurities, you know, within herself about him, because he was open and honest with her and let her know. But we gonna pray that this works out for Cynthia, because I really do like them together. I think he's a great catch. I just hope he don't, you know, do our girl wrong. That's all I had for this episode. If you guys like the content, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell and holla at your girl.